Well, hello, viewers. And here we are in the fall, and we are feeling the pressure of seniors and college admissions essays. And today, after working with more seniors than I ever have before in my life, I wanted to share some thoughts with the hope that this will help your seniors write and complete their college admissions essays with ease and with grace and with a lot less pressure. So it occurred to me this morning as I was running that a lot of my frustration and pain, both physically and mentally, with trying to increase my endurance and my speed can be related to seniors right now with writing their college admissions essays. And here's the conclusion I came to. I find myself really quite angry. I don't look like it now. I'm kind of laughing at myself. It's interesting to talk in these live streams. I'm practicing. I'm giving a big presentation at a school this coming Wednesday night. But I find myself really angry with my running when I'm not running the speed that I used to. And a lot of you who know me knew I took running very seriously. And I thought about my students, and I thought about a lot of seniors today, in that they're really angry that their college admissions essays are not this prefabricated idea of brilliant. And they're frustrated. Not all of them, a lot of them are actually done. But I was thinking of myself and saying, Amy, you haven't run speed workouts since you've been 17 years old. Amy, you haven't run 2 half marathons in the past 25 years. Why are you beating yourself up? Why are we so hard on ourselves? Why is it that seniors right now are really sad and angry and frustrated, and that they know their writing isn't brilliant when they haven't had any practice before now, when they haven't had to write personal narrative essays like I used to teach freshman year and get a ton of feedback and rewrite it sophomore year. And I think there's this huge gap with expectation and skill level. And I think the best piece of advice I have is we can only do our best. And I wanted to break that down today with how to help encourage your teen do their best. And I am also relating it to my long distance running training. So my best friend from high school, Jenny, motivated me and inspired me to run a half marathon coming up in October. And I was really excited to do that. And then she's in such great shape. Jenny said, well, guess what, Amy? Now I'm going to run the marathon. Now I'm barely in enough shape to run the half marathon, but I'm still plugging along. And one thing I've done that's really helped to have a schedule. So I say to my students right now, if you want to finish your Common App essay by that October 15th due date, let's jump ahead a whole week. Let's pretend that it's due, October 8th. What are you doing every day or every other day in order to move forward? What action are you taking, right? Just like me with my running, because if all they're doing is spinning in their heads with how bad their writing is, that's not helping them, right? If all I do is beat myself up as to why I can't run, a 5:40 mile for, first of all, even run that in the first place, let alone for, 10, 11, 12 miles, it's only going to lead to depression. So what schedule are they on? And this is where I come in and help set goals and help set timelines. Second of all is this: block out the noise from the kids who are done. Block out the noise from students who have chosen to take action and work diligently all summer. Because guess what? All we have is now. All they have is now. And what is within their bandwidth as far as learning and writing and rewriting and getting comments and getting help, right? So I'm just finding it really interesting these days with a lot of expectations that students have on themselves, that parents have on the students, that I'm having with my writing. My swimming, forget that. I am always going to be, very slow at swimming, and that's okay. I still love every minute of the journey. So If your son or daughter realizes that writing is their weak point, then what goals can they set to help write the best possible essays so that their chances of acceptance are really elevated? So here are some quick tips. If you have a teen who is still stuck with the big question, what am I going to write about for my Common App essay? Or if you have a teen who actually has a draft, but you know they're not crazy about it, here are some questions that you can ask them to help them take a deep dive and think critically about themselves, which is another rant I have as far as teens really never until now thinking critically about themselves. So, number one, what makes them, they're going to love this, what makes them angry, right? What is it that gets your teen all fired up? I've had tremendous success with asking some of the seniors I work with who are spinning in their heads, oh, Mrs. Haskell, I don't know what to write about. I haven't really had anything horrific happen. I challenge that, right? I think there's a lot under that. So, what is it that makes them angry? And I've gotten some beautiful, really deep, effective responses about simple, what might seem like mundane topics. For example, a student in a sport, right? Oh, don't write about sports. Well, it's not about the sport, it's about them, who gets really upset when something happens with other players or within themselves when up for a challenge or with a coach. So if your son or daughter is stuck on what to write about for either their Common App essay or one of those supplemental essays, I'm telling you, I've had tremendous success so far in asking them, what is it that really makes you angry about that activity or that part-time job or that particular class? Because guess what? There's a really good story there, right? And so that's a question I've had a lot of success with. The other thing is this, oh, Miss Haskell, I don't know what to write about. I haven't had anything horrific happen to me. Again, I could do a whole session on that. They got through middle school and they are who they are based on experiences, based on stories, right? So here's the other question. I'll say, if you look around your house, if you look around your room, what object, right? What object means a lot to you? This could be a comfy chair or a sofa or an old sweatshirt or a blanket. This could be a photo. This could be a family recipe. So this could be a plant. I had a student the other day say, oh, gosh, it's my mom's spider plant. That was actually her mom's plant. And my sister has a clipping off it out at college. It's the most beautiful essay coming out of nowhere. So those are two tips. What makes your son or daughter really angry? And let me tell you, teenagers love to talk makes them really angry, right? It's really ticked me off, Mrs. Haskell. There's a story there. And you can flip that with what gives you peace? What makes you feel pleasant and at ease, right? What is it about those activities? That's where you can really extract and pull a story, especially when those feelings haven't been free, right? And then, second of all, what specific object? What's right in front of their nose, right? Is it like a lovely coffee mug? Like my sister gave this to me, and she said, "Amy, when you do those Facebook lives, this would look really nice with your coloring." Probably not so much today. I've got some fall colors going on and really more of a spring. But what object? I could tell you right now, I can write an essay about my pen. This is my favorite pen in the whole world. We've red, black, green, and blue. And if you're watching this on the replay, and I know you've watched it this far, I'm going to ask you what studies say about grading students' work in red ink and what my opinion is. So if you hear this, you might want to post that in a comment. So, the other thing is, this is all really funny, right? We set these goals for ourselves and we feel like we're so hard on ourselves. And I think a wonderful tactic that your daughter can weave into their essay is humor. So studies show, so I just read this fabulous essay, actually an article, I'm so used to saying essay, from the Wall Street Journal about weaving humor, especially if they're able to weave a little self-deprecating humor into their essay. That's absolutely fabulous. Here are a couple of the worst things that I'm seeing in these Common App essays and supplemental essays. So I've just given you wonderful tips on how to choose a topic or how to help elevate that topic for either the Common App essay or the supplemental essay. Here are some deadly sins. Now, I'm doing this right now, speaking because I met with a lot of seniors, and this is what I'm seeing. And I'm also so excited. I'm presenting at high school this week, and there are going to be a lot of parents and seniors in the audience. And so if you're listening to anything now, if you're listening to on the replay that you find there's a lot of value, please go ahead and post value and tell me what that is. So I have all of these different notes here. And so, here are some of the deadly sins that we don't want your kids to do in these essays. Pack them with every paragraph that starts with it was. It was. Well, what is the it, right? Or this, starting so many sentences with this or that. So specify the noun, specify the activity instead of packing it with so many thises and that's. Number 2, elevate your writing by removing passive verbs, right? So I'll say to my students, if you look at published articles, if you look at your favorite works of fiction, look at the verbs that the authors or the journalist is using. So how can you take out the has been, I had been swimming, and add a strong specific verb. So these are quick tips on how to help your kids elevate their essays. This is so easy, but the thing is, it's easy for me because I've done this for so many years, and your kids, a lot of them have not had this feedback. So number 1, swap out the beginning of sentences with vague words like that or this. Number 2, highlight or circle all of the boring verbs: am, is, are, was, were, be, been, and being. And then my students say, okay, Ms. Haskell, I have 50 of them in there. Now what do I do about this? Okay, here we go. Identify the subject of the sentence. And what is the subject doing? Subject is not doing an is, right? So that could cause for a little restructuring of the Common App essay or the supplemental essays. Here's the third fatal flaw. I have 17 of them, but I think for the sake of this right now, the third fatal flaw is this. With the supplemental essays, when the question is, why X college, why college, why our college, don't repeat to them what they already know. That really has nothing to do with your academic goals or your skills or your interests. For example, I love this college, or this college is the right college for me because it's in the mountains. Nothing. Or this that has an excellent business school. It's ranked, according to this magazine, it's ranked in the top 15 business schools. Okay, guess what? They know that. The colleges want to know 2 things with these supplemental essays with that question. Number 1, what does your son or daughter know about the specific college? Have they done their research? And then number 2, how does that research connect with who they are and how they see the world and their academic and career goals and dreams? So it's not difficult at all. So play detective, go to the websites, see, and if it's a genuine connection, that will be evident, right? As opposed to, oh, Miss Haskell, I'm applying to this school. I don't even know why. My mom or dad wants me to. Well, what do you like about the school? Well, it's in the mountains, or it's close to the beach, or it's in a city. Okay, what does that mean for you? And maybe there's more there, right? So for example, in the mountains, I love to work out. I love to be outside. If I have that energy about me, I actually do better with my academics. That was totally me. That's totally my daughter Molly. So anyway, guys, this is a pressure-filled time, and I think the best thing to do is to stay positive and to help your teen create a plan and have a little grace with themselves. Because if they've never written in this genre, this personal narrative style, it's really tricky, right? It's like me running this morning, right? I really wanted to do 9 miles. I only did 7.5, and I'm beating myself up. And I'll say, Amy, you know what? Just take it easy. You'll get it next time. Plan and have a little grace with yourself. Okay, well, thank you if you did hop on here. And I think most of my lovely viewers watch me on the replay. So if you are watching this on replay, please say hello. Please say hashtag replay. Ask me any question you would like. And on Tuesday, tomorrow, I will be talking specifically about how to help start writing your Common App essay if your son or daughter hasn't. I'll be talking on my colleague and friend's Facebook page, Ryan Clark of Clark College Consulting. And if you'd like to join me, That would be fabulous. I believe I'm talking at 11 a.m. So I will swim in the morning and then I will do a Facebook Live. I clearly miss teaching, and so you are my audience. So thank you. And if you want any more tips on how to take the Common App essay from okay, like your son or daughter knows it's okay, to awesome, get an A, get accepted, feel free to reach out to me. I now have a small team and I love helping your kids, especially kids who are motivated and want to improve. So until next time, take care, be safe, bye.